just watched it, so I gotta talk about it now. But let's do it. Let's start here. I just watched the 7th episode of Halo the series on Paramount Plus, and I've been reviewing every episode, and you can find all 6 of my reviews if you want the nitty-gritty of how I feel about each episode. I'm going the distance. I'm gonna review every one, no matter how hard and painful it gets. And it is getting painful, because this week's episode, to most people's chagrin, focused exclusively on Kwan Ha and Soren. There was virtually no Master Chief. They shoehorned him in there in a vision, kind of. But that's it. Basically a step away from the main story to do this Madrigal story. And as expected, didn't work at all. We do seem to find out why Madrigal or Kwan's story might be important. And that is there's some mystical portal on Madrigal, apparently, that's down a well. And I think we saw a monitor, like 343 Guilty Spark or something, come out of that well in one of Kwan's visions. So maybe that has something to do with getting to Halo. I don't know. But this whole episode, it really did feel like an extreme B-plot. And the problem I have with these characters, Kwan, Soren, Fincher, they feel like caricatures. They don't feel like real characters. They don't feel human. They're very cartoonish in both their actions, their demeanor, their emotions. It's very, I gotta keep saying it. The show is very, very, very generic. They found, of course, they had to shoehorn in a mystical tribe of women who all have white or blonde dreadlocks, every single one of them, who've apparently been on Madrigal for, I guess, a long time. They have this mystical knowledge. Apparently, they've been hoarding this knowledge. Why do these humans have this knowledge? I don't know. Are they? It would have been a nice plot twist if it turns out that they're not even humans. That they're something else put there to interface with the humans. I don't know. Ancilla or I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we did have an action scene this week, but it was a cardboard cutout. They literally used the exact same set from the first episode of the series. Like, that screams like low budget. They used the exact same set as the opening scene, the opening battle of the series, where Master Chief first came and they fought the elites. They used the exact same set. And I mean, that is where she went in the story. That's where she went. But that same little cylinder, like, it feels like a hole in the wall. Like, I don't know, like, it's just. And then Soren's little side plot there, where he broke his partner's toes there to prove that he's like a big man and he's in control in his little pirate area, planet, kinda moon, not a moon, asteroid belt thing. It's all just, God, it's so generic. And like, we've all been saying, you know, not all, I've been saying, and many others have been saying, this show doesn't feel like Halo whatsoever. If it didn't feel like Halo before, this only made it worse. This episode had nothing to do with the main storyline, except for this, maybe there's a portal down a well that leads to Halo or something like that. And maybe they introduced the monitors, kind of, in this episode. But it truly felt like a super generic sci-fi B-plot for however long it was, 45, 50 minutes. Most of the acting is barely passable in this episode. Again, the writing, not passable at all. The story, not passable at all. It's so filler. And it's just sad that this is what this series has become. You know, they did say Kwan will see Master Chief again. Oh God, I gotta call out the most, oh my God, corny moment of the whole episode. So as Kwan Ha and Soren are look, you know, they're at their worst moment, and it looks like they're gonna lose to Fincher's men, who really want to kill her for no reason at all, by the way. But he really wants to kill her. She's proven nothing. She's proven nothing. She has no soldiers. Nobody is behind her. She's not a threat at all, but he's for some reason obsessed with killing her, wants to hunt her down and kill her, even though nobody has followed her at all. She's literally just like and at one point in the show, she exclaims, she's ready. She's ready because she fought a man bigger than her, and she won. It's it's such like a childish thing to say. That's what you say if you're like 5 years old. You know, well, I beat up dad. So anyway, they're at their absolute, you know, they're about to die, and Kwan crawls under a truck, and she finds literally Master Chief's assault rifle. Not just any assault rifle, it's Master Chief's assault rifle with 117 imprinted right on it. And of course, she picks it up, she saves Soren, and she kills all of Fincher's soldiers, and the episode ends. And so now, because this guy, this Fincher, who, that actor I think is pretty decent, but he played such a cornball, cartoony villain. You know, weird looking stylized sunglasses, and he's smoking a cigar while he's giving this long monologue. The whole thing is, it's not Halo at all. And I'm really starting to wonder, you know, was it the showrunners and Paramount that decided to say, like, oh, we're gonna make sure we market that this is it's our own thing, it's our own storyline, it's our own timeline, it's an alternate thing? Or was it 343 who watched this and then were like, there's no way you guys are saying that this is like you guys got to divorce yourself from Halo, you know, like, even though it is a Halo show, like, we need you guys to reiterate over and over and over and over again that this is not like the Halo that people know, because it's not, and not in a good way at all. And if I were 343, you know, Halo fans have been very upset in 2022 so far. They're not happy with Halo Infinite. There's a lot of things going on, especially, it's very, very negative in the community right now. More people should be outraged about this show, I think. I feel like this show is just getting ignored and getting a pass. People need to scream about this show. So hopefully season 2 can be better, because that's our only hope. You know, there's a better showrunner, director, writer's table. I mean, Halo has tons of potential, great lore, great storylines, great characters, and they're just totally botching it with this first season. It's so, it's like, I've said it before, it's the worst show I've watched in a long time. And I don't just say that just because I'm a Halo fan who's angry. I say that as a fan of a lot of shows and movies and media. This is one of the worst things that I've seen in a while. And I'm forcing myself to stick with it because I'm a Halo fan, and I have to see it because of that. If it wasn't for that, I would have stopped watching a long time ago. So I will be here to review the next episodes. I can't bail out. I gotta still watch it for whatever reason, as painful as it is.